Check. 1 2 1 2. Vader Games in the building. You know what it is. Another episode of CIA, Citeh Intelligent Agendas. And we got another show this week. It's a fire show on a Thursday. I think we found our sweet spot. In terms of day of the week, when news tends to drop. This time slot is working out. And I got some excellent agents out there. And I'm going to bring them to the stage. But first things first, my peoples come first. My people, those that are here, those that are no longer here, thought of and always remembered. I'm your host, Vader Games. I'm going to bring on some other City fans, and we're going to talk about it. We got a lot to discuss. All right. You saw in the thumbnail. We're going to talk Arsenal. We're going to talk Liverpool. We're going to talk Chelsea. We're going to talk City. Do we talk United? Nah, United are bummy. We don't need to talk United right now. But we're going to talk about Arsenal with regards to their new manager signing, contract extension, and what they got coming up. And the North London Derby. Everybody wants to talk about the North London Derby. Let me bring the agents that are out in the field. And just like last week, I was able to introduce a new face to the channel. The man represented like I couldn't have been asked for him to represent any better. The man did his thing. Looks like he's ready to do it again. Let me give you the intro because I do things properly. Let me do the intro for who's coming to the stage this time. My man, G certified in the building. You know what it is?
Come on, man. Big up, bro. Come on here.
Yo, what it is? What it do? I see you flexing with the belt. You got to, man. You got to.
I got this time. It's not coming off because we're about heading to battle. We're about heading to battle on Monday, so I'm strapped. Let's go, man. We're ready.
And I'm not going into this battle solo. I'm not going into this battle with just me and G certified. That's not how we roll. Everybody wants to joke about there's not many City fans. You know why? Because we're discreet. We're not obnoxious. We're not in your face, but we're deep. We're deep on the streets. Let me introduce the man that you actually didn't see this man last week. And he apologized, but he's back this week. He's nice and calm, cool and collected. Let me give you an intro for who's about to come to the stage as well. We got to do this. We got to do this proper. Where's my man at right here? Yeah, you saw the name. CIA agent Pablo. Let me show you one more time if you missed it. Yo, what it do? Come to the stage, my guy. What are you saying?
Big up, man. I'm so glad to be here. Do you know what I mean? I missed out on last week. You know what I'm saying? It was obviously I'm always on the show, man. I love the show. I've been doing a lot of work on United, man. We'll talk about it later. But I've been doing a lot of secret work. You know what I mean?
Do your thing, man. Of course.
Doing my thing, man. Just doing my thing.
I appreciate it. Thanks for being on the show. And we're gonna continue on. We're gonna speak on this. I know we got other agents out in the field. We got an agent actually out on assignment. He's out of the country. So I'm gonna tease you with a little bit of what he's been doing while he's been away. And when he comes to the stage, we're gonna have a proper conversation. But let me try and put this on stage. I don't know if you guys caught this earlier, but he's asking some of the tough questions.
What was the name? Are they big club? Are they bigger than Real Madrid in Kenya?
Can you hear it?
Are they bigger than Real Madrid? Bigger than Real Madrid. According to me, and many fans in Kenya, do they respect it? What about Arsenal? What do people in Kenya say about Arsenal? About Arsenal, I mean, they joke about the club. Is Arsenal a big club?
Ooh, so he's on assignment right now. Professor Hamza's on assignment, asking the tough questions. We're going to bring him to the stage later in the show, but let's get into it, guys. Let's get into it. We got a long list of things. And I'm going to get to the comments. Actually, I always do this too. The very first person to show some love in the comments got to get love from me as well. And on today's show, we got Fox Williams in the building. Big up Vader. Obviously, that love's for the panel as well. Goes on to say Professor Hamza, and of course G certified. Fox, good looking out with the first comment. And listen, I kind of blush every time I speak on this guest every time. But my gal Rose is in the building. Rose, good looking out. She goes, "Hey Vader, love and blessings on your stream. Glad I caught you live." Thank you, Rose, my gal. So we're gonna get into it. Now. I mean, we'll wait and talk about the rivals real quick. Let's address us, right? Got City fans in the chat. Let's address us. The news about this whole, and it's not, I don't know why it's still news, but this 115, it's official. It's official. The 115 is dropping, or it's going down on Monday. I see you with the shades on, G. I see you still flexing with the title. Wait, does this got you nervous? What anything with you nervous with this whole 115?
Nah, I'm not nervous. These 115 charges. Since when did everybody get a law degree? Since when did everybody become an accountant? It seems like ever since the 115, everybody's went to Harvard and is now a lawyer. Is everybody now a lawyer? Yeah, is that what we're doing?
Everybody seems to have the answers.
Everyone seems to have the answers. Yeah.
Everybody seems to have to, and when Professor comes, I know he's got to take on this. Hamza. He's been talking in the streets all the time about this 115. Pablo, I know you've been kind of like, if we get nicked, we get nicked. I'm calm with it, but what do you think we might get hit with? Because 115 is way too many.
I think we're gonna get hit with maybe deducted points. I think maybe that's the maximum, and maybe like a huge fine, like 100 million or something. I think it's gonna be that. If we get hit with anything else, I don't know, because they said something about Mancini giving dodgy money to Toure. That came out false.
Yeah,
we won that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like some of the stuff here that, and like G-Citeh had said on Twitter, there's a lot of people. All of a sudden, they're lawyers, and the lawyers are coming from the United fan base. Even today, we can talk about that later. They were talking about the 115 charges, but I was like, listen, it's okay. We've got the best lawyers. We've got Sheikh Mansour, Kaldana Mubarak. We've got a good backup crew that can sort things out. The way our club is run, it's one of the best in the world, if not the best. So I'll be honest, not very worried at all. I'll be honest.
Oh, what happened there? My bad. Another thing that I want to emphasize, though, is if it's that easy, if all these rivals have all these facts, right? They know all of this. The leaked emails prove all of this. Then it's calm. They know it's gonna happen. They know we're gonna get booked. It's easy stuff. But they're telling me that they're about to start this on Monday, and we got to wait until January. We got to wait until the next year for them to actually conclude this. I don't think it's as easy as they want to make it seem to be, and I'm very confident. That, and I've said this before, if we get hit with anything, it's going to be failure to cooperate, resisting arrest, not being a willful and helpful victim or whatever, however they want to point at us. But I think it's going to be great entertainment from our standpoint. Over here on CIA, we're going to stay in the loop as best as we can. We're going to give those rivals the chance to speak on things. But let me also remind you, and we're going to move on to the next topic, but let me also remind you, what happens behind closed doors has nothing to do with our manager and our players and our fan base being better than the rivals. We've been better than you for a reason. All that on the pitch is on the pitch. So you guys can dead me with the City wouldn't have been winning had it not been for get out of here. Get out of here.
That annoys me, man. That annoys me because when it's 11 versus 11.
Exactly.
And until we get the whole statement and the judgment, we can't all this kind of trying to find out what's gonna happen. We don't know what's gonna happen. Some people are speaking on what's happening. They haven't even read the facts of the case. They're going and watching Simon Jordan on TalkSport.
Simon Jordan, Goldbridge, all clowns that want to talk up, and again, all the ops that want to talk against us. Now, I'm gonna bring my man Professor to the stage. I highlighted he's on assignment right now. Man's on assignment. He's out of the country. He's doing some investigative work. I showed a little bit of clip of the video. He's asking tough questions, finding out who are big, who are small clubs. And you see by this gentleman right here, he was quick to say Arsenal, small club. And Professor's going to continue to do this while he's on vacay. Let me bring him to the stage, and I got to do this proper with his intro because he's known as the Professor.
Love the intros, man. Honestly.
Yo, bless up to the stage, Professor Hamza. What it do?
Yeah,
oh my God! I think
live from Mombasa.
I thought
Come
that was
on.
United top Hamza. What's going on?
The
No,
boss-
no, it's Qatar.
I thought it was United. I bugged out. I saw red. I thought, hold on.
Nah,
Never,
no
never.
way, Pablo, man.
How's
Nice.
how's the holiday, Hamza? How is it? How's the
Man,
secret
good,
work?
man. Good.
That's
Listen,
good.
you're seeing the videos I'm dropping every day. How big we're as a club, man. So many fans down
Definitely.
here, man. So many people adore us. They
amazing.
love Man City. We're regarded the best club in the world. Like literally.
We
You
have
ask
to
them,
be.
Real Madrid, they said, they're Real Madrid, but they're not. Man City are way bigger. They're better team. And
No way.
the respect we got is mad.
That's
It's
crazy.
mad. I don't think any Premier League club has ever got this much respect.
Fact. Let me go to the comments real quick. Professor, thanks for being on the show.
Big
Pablo,
up, man.
you know what to do. Let me go to the comments. Always got to show love. Fox
Alright.
goes, bro. You don't go through life without getting some bumps and bruises, but Khaldoon is a ninja. He seems calm. So many men's are calm. When he did his postseason interview, you know how he's nice and relaxed, reviewing what we did for the season. He said, I look forward to this. I look forward to this investigation in the process. So I got confidence in that as well. And I just want it to play out. And when it plays out, because I've been relatively quiet. I mean, we brought CIA together because this is a chance for us to speak up and talk back to the rivals and whatever they want to say. But when this finally plays out, I'm gonna be one of the loudest, most obnoxious, proud fans for this to be put behind us. And then we move. Fox also goes on to say, we ain't going into the the police car. Nah, I'm resisting. I'm fighting this. That is not happening. That's what City did. So if we get booked for that, we get booked for that. But nothing to do with competition. Vader, City will be fine for non-cooperation. We are ready for them. Hey, facts. I got Blue Heart in the building.
That's what I think as well.
Hello, everyone. Hope everyone is doing good. We're doing good. Look at this panel. I'm blessed. I'm blessed with these City fans right now. I'm blessed with everybody being
We're
able to reach
blessed.
out and be connected. So, like I said, I respect everyone's time, and we got until 9 o'clock. So let me go through the topics, and I'm gonna star the comments as they go through. But let me throw this, Professor. I don't know if you saw. I don't know how early it was time zone wise, but Mikel Arteta, our former assistant manager, just got a contract extension with Arsenal, 2027. I mean, I'll hear y'all takes on it first before I give you mine. But when you saw that news, what came to mind, Professor?
I laughed. I laughed because I thought, but fair enough. You know what Mikel's done there was good, but I would have been afraid of Arsenal if they went and got like a manager who takes them to the next level. The thing is with Mikel, he's been there. Okay, fine enough. But the question is, has he succeeded at Arsenal? Has he succeeded to the amount he spent? And every fan base, including Arsenal fan base, some of them have come out there. They're coming out here being disappointed with this contract. I think this contract for 3 years rewards him something for 3 years he can do. He's been given the power to spend money. He has been backed as much as he can. There's no question about it. But he hasn't won titles. He hasn't won FA Cups. He's only won one FA Cup, I think, and one Community Shield, despite spending 800 million. I think, to me, I'm looking. It depends who you look at. To me, I'm looking at whether you want to win the league. And if you do want to win the league, you have to look at Xabi Alonso, for example. Xabi Alonso, when came to Bayer Leverkusen, no excuses, won them the league. And it was tough because Bayern had been dominating. No question asked. Whatever it is he didn't get back, he got back. He changed the style of football, nearly won the Europa League, won the German Cup, won the league. And that's amazing. You see, thing is, this manager's being given a contract. To me, as a
Professor.
rival, I'm happy. I'm happy because he's not as dangerous as Klopp. He's not as good as Ancelotti. He ain't
Professor.
good as Zidane.
Oh my.
Those are the names I'm bringing out.
Yeah, but I got. You know what? Before I get G and Pablo in the mix, I gotta say I was on the other side. I was on the other side, and hear me out. Arteta for the last 2 seasons showed that he was better than Klopp. Arteta for the last 2 seasons.
No.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
Come on, bro.
The last 2 seasons, Arteta showed that he was better than Klopp, and he showed that the players that he had at Arsenal, he could outperform that Liverpool squad.
And finish second. With nothing.
No, but hold on.
Nothing.
If it wasn't for us, they would have won. He's winning this league. Yeah. So I can't label Arteta as not necessarily being good enough. I can't label Arteta as not being one of those managers with that potential, like Professor just mentioned with Zabi. I gotta say, had it not been for Pep, the greatest manager. We all know this. He's the greatest manager on planet Earth right now. We're seeing a team, and our team treble winning. The best. I've listened to Professor. I took pen and pad. I wrote down this. We had the best treble winning team. We went undefeated in the Champions League. We did something that no other rival had to deal with. So I can't really crash it on Arteta for going up against us. We're that dangerous. So we take us out of the mix. Arteta wins 2 back-to-back leagues. You take us out of the mix, and Arteta goes further in one of those cup competitions. So I didn't want them to give him an extension. I didn't want them to give him an extension.
But what's he gonna? But Veta, he hasn't won anything. Yeah. He's not a winner. He's got players that are trying to get experience now in the Champions League, in the Premier League now. They're gaining more experience. You know, they're gaining experience, but they're not winning anything. And look how much money he has spent, Veta. He spent more money than... Has he spent more money than us?
Yeah, he has spent more money.
But that's not good.
He's spent too much money, man.
You know what it is, Pablo? That's not fear.
Go ahead, G.
Yeah, go on, G. So far, go on.
You know what it is? The fear isn't even right now. You know what I'm saying? As long as Pep's here, we don't need to worry. For me, the fear with Arteta is if, let's say Pep does leave next season, I think that whoever we get is not going to be good as Pep. So those extra points that we're getting now, I don't think we're gonna rack up. So my opinion, if Arteta stays, Arteta will win a league title without Pep being in this league.
That's what I'm thinking.
So that's the only problem. But
because G, if Klopp wasn't able to stop Arteta, as great as Klopp was, as great as Liverpool want to tell us about those players, they weren't able to stop Arteta. They weren't able to stop Arsenal. It was us. And if we happen to lose Pep, and we don't know which manager's coming in, we're confident in maybe we have a slight dip. Maybe that's where they get, and we're not going to remain at a slight dip for long. But I just want to point out, Arteta's only labeled as a loser, as a non-winner, because of us. Arsenal would have had them. Liverpool would have had them as winners. United would have had Arsenal as winners, Arteta as winners, right? Yeah, Chelsea, look. We're going to talk about Chelsea a little later. They're all in chaos. They're trying to buy each other's shares out and try, like, it's madness. The only club that's quote unquote calm is Arsenal, and they could be on a ridiculous run had it not been for us. So I didn't like the news. But I hear what you guys are saying as well. Let me go to the comments if you want to say anything, Pablo.
No, nothing really. I was just gonna say that obviously you ain't won nothing. I'm not worried, man. As long as Pep is here, you know what I'm saying? Like we're all good, man. Honestly, we got nothing to worry about. Arteta's just he's just a B-Tech wannabe Pep. He just wants to be like Pep. Have you seen the way he's trying to play football? He's trying to copy us. Now he's trying to invert Calafiori. Look what he's trying to do. He's trying to copy us. He's copying the whole thing.
Yeah, if you can't beat him, join him.
And the way he's spending money as well, yeah, he should be winning something. Arsenal have got no excuses this season. I swear to God.
Pablo, listen, over here at CIA, we got intelligent agendas. And I hear what you guys are saying with regards to Arteta and where he might net out. But I also want to give a different point of view, because if Arteta's remaining here for 2027, Arteta has shown that he's better than everybody but us. Like the way the rivals are laughing, I get it, us laughing. We have a right to laugh. We have a right to laugh and say, yeah, okay, sign Arteta, keep him on, ha ha ha. But these rivals shouldn't be laughing like that because he's slapping them. Yeah. So we need to remain confident in how we continue to build. I hope that Pep seeing 2027 means, hey, let me stick around till 2027.
Oh, I hope so.
That's what I'm hoping for. Let me go to the comments. I see Rose. She goes, Vader, Arteta extended his contract for extended beatings from Manchester City. Long may it continue. outside of top 4 this season. My God, they might be outside of top 4 according to Rose. Blue Heart goes, Arteta is shaving his head to be another Pep look-alike. Managers and hey, I know Arteta's copying Pep, and he would be successful had it not been for Pep. You can't beat the originator. So
Exactly.
that's all I'm going to point out. Now sticking with Arsenal, and let me try to do a clean transition so people can follow along.
Vader game.
Speaking of Arsenal, this injury madness, and hit the likes if you guys haven't hit the like button. Everyone's channel as well, whether they're whatever socials, Twitter, X, YouTube. Please subscribe, support these fellas for being a part of my show. And it's our show because hopefully I can keep, whenever possible, we'll keep this moving forward. But hit the like button. I want to point out this injury crisis, right? Marino got hurt. Calafiori took a little nick. The latest, Odegaard, vicious. I saw on the timeline, G mentioning Pablo, Professor. We don't want to see any players go out like this. But this injury, the timing of it, is absolutely mad. I'm going to try to pull up their fixture list coming up. But I think one thing we got to point out, and it was in the thumbnail. When they were doing comparisons of Saka and Foden, we had to deal with this for years. Oh, Saka, Foden, who's better? Who's
Headache.
I noticed that one of their legends, Professor, one of their legends actually said that our recently arrived Jeremy Doku is actually a more promising winger than Saka. Did you happen to see that?
I saw that.
And now the comparison goes from comparing to Phil Foden to now Jeremy Doku. Can you speak on that?
Listen, Robert Pires has a right. He comes from a non-biased point of view. He's their legend, so you can't say it's an agenda. Let's go back to the video initially he raised this up. He was asked about Saka with all these players, but when he came into Saka and Doku, he said Doku's better than him. And he then said Doku's better than him. And yesterday he came out saying that Saka's not consistent. I've been saying for a long time. The thing is, Saka is this lovely boy that they love associating with about being this massive player. But big games, Saka often disappears. And we've seen that. I'll give you 2 seasons ago, Man City away, when Ake played left back, pocketed him, had a poor game. Went to we played them again in their own home. We pocketed him. Remember? Bernardo played left back.
Bernardo played left back, yeah.
Bernardo played left back. Akanji played left back in the other home. We beat them 3-4-1. Last season, he again had another stinker. Community Shield had a stinker. Another home game he had a stinker because Martinelli had to come on to score. And in a home game, he was poor. He doesn't do it in big games. Bayern Munich disappears. He disappears in big games. Saka's a good player, but I just don't think he has the confidence. I have seen Doku going to Madrid. I've seen Doku cooking Carvajal.
Yeah.
Carvajal. And I'll put money there. Saka will never cook Carvajal. No way. No way. People have made a mockery. And it's not me. They made a mockery. Even Kimmich mocked him about limping when he pocketed him that game. And he was poor. And Saka's been caught multiple times diving. So these are their players, their legends, who's come out here exposing and saying, yo, Doku is playing in a better team with better players. And let me tell you why it's harder. It's harder because the standard is higher.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'll give you an example. Cesc Fabregas left Arsenal looking like a star boy because he's playing with Denilson and Song and all this Duru and Justin Hoy. When he went to Barcelona, boy oh boy, there's Xavi there, Iniesta's there,
he's
there's
another guy
there, there's Messi there. He could not start. They had to sell him. He couldn't even get ahead of Pedro's position. So you're looking at that. Doku has come into this team with pressure. Look how many players, Matthias Nunes, not being able to perform. Grealish first season struggled.
Yeah.
Grealish, I've seen Doku cooking players. Arnold got cooked. He cooked Reece James. He cooked Carvajal. The top players. Top players. I think Doku, when he gets the ball, he's not afraid to take you on.
No.
Saka is afraid, you can just destroy his confidence. Look at
And
Brighton.
and
You can
Professor,
destroy his confidence.
Professor, I'm gonna ask G this. I'm gonna fill this to G, but also you can also see the imagination with Doku. Like you can see him with that quote unquote flair. I'm trying to do something different. I'm trying to cook you another way. I cooked you once doing this. I'm going to do something different. We've kind of seen rinse and repeat from Saka throughout a game. I'm not talking throughout a season. Throughout a game, he's trying to do the same thing repeatedly. G, I'm gonna put this on full screen. I need you to speak on this because as we talk about Saka, and we've heard about the comparisons with Foden, but this has got to be when Saka steps up, right? We have to. He's got to take this on now. When we look at this fixture list that I just put on the screen here, they play Sunday. They play Spurs. I mean, we'll speak on. You know what? We'll speak on the North London derby as well right now. But when you look at the fixture list overall, Saka's got to show that he's that guy. If they play Spurs, then Champions League, Atalanta, then we should be seeing a very commanding, dominant Saka when he comes to play us. And then they got Champions League again. Or sorry, they got the League Cup on the Wednesday on the 25th. My birthday. Shout out to my birthday. So speak on Saka and what he needs to be for this Arsenal team.
Now, Saka, this is the thing, yeah. If you're gonna put him to the levels, yeah, if you're gonna tell me that this guy's the best winger in the world, you're comparing him to Vinicius, you're comparing him to Salah, then we've got to see it. These are the games. These are the games. When KDB was out, Foden was there. You know what I'm saying? Foden stepped up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for me, there's no excuses. Yeah, as I said on the timeline, I said fair enough. Odegaard's out. Yeah, we don't wish injuries on no one. But then you bought Raheem Sterling, and I was looking at Twitter Spaces, and you guys were having carnivals. I thought it was a carnival. Because he said Raheem Sterling, because he snatched our chain, because we've got the guy that can score the extra 10 goals and the extra 5 goals. So let's see if Arteta's really got it. Let's see if Arteta's really got what it takes to change things if he needs to change it. To not have his most important players, to find the differences, because that's what Pep does. Rodri's not there, he puts Kovacic. And you can say, oh yeah, that's because of money. No, that's just because we recruit better.
Yeah,
that's because we recruit better.
That money talk needs to dead because listen, it's not like we went out and spent mad cash to get the likes of an Akanji, to get the likes of a Kovacic, right? It's not like we had to go out and do things like do a madness. These are players that we obviously scouted and said, you know what, they're gonna fit. They're gonna fit within this mix. Ibn Zinchenko, when Zinchenko played his role, Ibn Jesus that wasn't big spending. So everyone has a chance at building the squads that Manchester City have. They just don't have that forward thinking. Pablo, if you were to look at this schedule right now, I'm gonna put you on the spot. You got to answer. You're a CIA agent. You're intelligent. Yeah. You got Spurs, no Rice, no Odegaard, possibly no Calafiori, definitely no Marino. What are you saying in terms of? I just want to know how many games are being won. Are they winning away at Spurs? Are they winning away at Atalanta? Are they winning away at Manchester City? Those 3 games.
No, I think they're going to draw to Spurs.
Okay.
I think that's going to be a draw because the midfield there is weak. I know Spurs are not as good as well, but the thing is, with that midfield, no Declan Rice, no Odegaard, I don't see who else they're going to play. In that 10 role, I was hearing Arsenal fans telling me Saka in the 10 role, which would be interesting, but I don't think it'd work. Against Atlanta, I've been, talking to some Serie A fans, the Italian fans, big up to them. Atlanta are a good team. They can score goals.
Okay.
I think they can do something to Arsenal. I think they'll lose that.
Okay, so a draw and a loss.
Draw and a loss, and they're going to lose to us anyway. They're losing to us anyway. We're beating them. I'm telling you now. They're gonna see Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland. The world. They're gonna show the world why they are the best duo in the world.
All right.
Because Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland right now, they're on fire. You can't stop them.
All right, Pablo, easy. We'll hype up that game. We got 3. We'll hype up that game. We got time.
We're gonna win. I'm telling you now. We're winning.
I hear that. Now, I think we know, and we're gonna move topics, but just with regards to what we know of the Arsenal fan base, we know of the Arsenal fan base, like Pablo just mentioned, and let me bring Professor back here. Like Pablo just mentioned, if Arsenal happen to go draw to Spurs, lost to Atalanta, and a loss to us, what is
Hamza,
that fan base doing?
That was the prediction, Hamza. Do you agree with that?
The draw and the loss and the loss. Atalanta,
I
are they
think they're gonna
away?
lose to Atlanta, Hamza.
Are they away,
They're gonna lose.
Atlanta?
They're away.
They're away, bro.
They could
Atlanta
lose.
score goals.
They're away. All their next 3 games are away games.
Yeah, so Atlanta are dangerous. So I'm hoping for Tottenham win, lose there, lose at Etihad, and lose to Atlanta. And this must. I don't care if they drop Atlanta.
They're not gonna beat Tottenham though, Hamza. They've got no
They'll not
Declan
beat
Rice. They've
Tottenham.
got no Odegaard. They're gonna
They
draw.
don't beat Tottenham. Tottenham are not thriving to beat them after what happened last year. And Tottenham caused them a lot of problems. So this year, I bet you watch what they're gonna do. They're gonna sit back and try and absorb pressure. And I need Tottenham to take their chances. And Tottenham will go fully fit squad except Bissouma, I think. Madison's back and
We've
all
got the
these
big
guys are
signing,
back.
Solanke.
Yeah,
55
so
million
Lanky
they spent on him.
might be playing.
He needs
So
to do
I need these guys to get something out of this game, and then
definitely.
if they're able to if they lose that game and they need to come to Etihad next game, it'll be long, you know.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
be
The
long,
fan base.
Hamza.
I don't think the fan base can deal with it.
The
Gee,
pressure will be
And
too much.
we'll be there. We'll be there when people when the agendas are there.
Why
when
do you
people
think they've
stop,
offered him a
we'll be there.
contract? Why do you think they've offered him a contract? They saw those fixtures and they thought, yo,
you think this is PR? You think the
Arteta
signing?
out might be out
PR.
now. Yes.
Okay.
Straight out. So they were scared because imagine they lose those 3 games. My God, Arteta will be called out by a lot of fan base.
He's
Okay.
gonna get
They'll
cleared
call-
out anyway, Hamza. I'm
Let
telling
me
you, after these 3 games.
because you be in the spaces, you be talking, you be representing, Professor as well, Pablo as well. But what do you think when you think of the Meskins, when you think of the
AK.
when you think of the AKs,
Hugo,
right?
Baxdale,
The Hustings, when you think of
Hastings,
exactly.
Cece's there. Cece's
Bark,
been warning
when you
them
think
for
of
a
the
long time.
Barksdales,
She's
right?
been telling them. She's been telling them.
Absolutely.
We've been saying it. We've been saying it though. Listen, these guys they like to big up their team, and then at the end of the season we see them on AFTV saying, "I'm tired, Robbie. When's it gonna end, Robbie?" This is them. That's what they do. They hype up the team. Then when it goes wrong, then it's you know what? When's it gonna end? I didn't really believe it. You know, well, there's always next season. There's always this. With Arsenal, there's always excuses. This is why you guys fail. This is why you guys are failures. Yeah, this is why your team
emotional.
is failures. This is why Thierry Henry left for Barcelona, and I can see it.
Oh, don't cut them that deep. Gee, don't cut them that bad yet.
No, I can see it. I can see it. I can honestly see it there because he didn't want to stay for this. If you're gonna celebrate this, even Wenger was fighting for his life to go Real Madrid.
Yeah.
Probably he probably was gonna sign, but he was like, you know what? Let me stay. His heart was in the right place, but really, it messed up his whole career. Wenger should have left Madrid. And it's the same thing with this Arsenal team. If they're not careful, say bye-bye, say au revoir to Saliba, say bye-bye to Saka, say adios.
No, I think Saka will stay. His mentality is not a winning mentality.
No, he signed on to a 3-year contract, 2026.
2026.
Saliba will leave. He'll go to Madrid, definitely.
You know what?
So Saka and Saliba, we know that Madrid are knocking. So I think next year, 2-year contract is left. 2-year contract.
Next
I
year's
wouldn't mind getting
a
Saliba.
challenging year.
I wouldn't mind getting Saliba. What do you guys think? Because he's a very good centre back.
He's dreadful.
As much as I hate,
I gotta see more. He's got potential.
Very good centre back.
He's
Very
a
good
winner.
centre back.
Yeah, I gotta see winner mentality from him.
He's got to win. And, but look at the team.
One thing I said later today, I said to my cousin, I said, are there leaders in our team? If I told you, who do you give captaincy to Man City? We all have different opinions.
The list is long. Yeah.
The list is long. You say Kevin De Bruyne. Some people say Ruben Diaz is amazing. Some people will say, nah, look at what's his name. Akanji looks good. So we've got too many leaders, leaders all over the place.
Yeah.
You're a player. Which players are you going to look at for Arsenal Football Club as a leader? Be honest. Remember the leadership of other companies, the Van Dijk. Which
You know
guy
what?
do you see as a leader there?
The only leader at Arsenal. Sorry, I'm hearing some feedback, but the only leader at Arsenal is now injured. Odegaard. There's no one else that really displays taking charge, taking command. And if you remember, before Odegaard, wasn't Granit Xhaka one of their leaders, one of their captains?
Yeah.
Like they're all over the place. They don't have a good enough base of trusted. Hey, we're gonna tell you what to do. You guys are gonna follow my lead. I think that's what's a large part of what's missing over at Arsenal. But let me flip this because I want to respect everyone's time. I'm gonna put up the fixture list for Liverpool. Liverpool have played 3 games. Liverpool fans are trying not to come across as excited as they are, but they're like, yeah, it's gonna be, yeah, they're gonna they're going after. They love to play the underdog. We know this. We know this, but I know I'm listening. Their expectations are really high after these 3 games, and I want to ask the question: is it deservingly so for their expectations to be so high when they have only really beaten a weak United? Should they be as amped up about or as promising about this season as they carry on?
You know, Liverpool fans, man. You know, this is the thing is where, you know, these guys, if these guys could sell a broken TV and they would make profit.
Yeah, their PR.
How to gaslight.
Yeah.
I give them that. They know how to gaslight every single fan base and promote their team and market it. But let's be honest, this Liverpool team, I gave them their credit, but as I said last week, they won't be in the title picture. You know, Arsenal are the main ones. This Liverpool soon, yeah, soon I can hear it. But DM, all what happens, yeah, you look at what's happening at Arsenal now with Odegaard. If that Gravenberch gets injured, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, if they lose key players, and obviously I'm not saying like that's what I want to. Like I'm not saying wishing injury on no one, but we know that football's part of the game. We look at what's happened at Ake. Ake is now injured. You know, so for me, when these players are playing the amount of games that they're playing these days, anybody's liable for injuries. So if a big player goes out, do Liverpool have the cup? Can they rotate in the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup? I don't think so. So
yeah, G, to that point,
I'm saying that Liverpool fans are those guys that will send you a fire stick and a projector, and they'll tell you that's 90-inch TV. Those guys, that's what they're humble. They're humble. They're scared of us.
Yeah.
Pep Guardiola taught them respect. Remember, Slot has come in, and he's in unknown territory. He has a big responsibility because they had this connection with Klopp.
Yeah.
These fans loved that guys that was talking to them as the rule guy.
Yeah.
Klopp, the rule
Putting
man.
the arm around the shoulder and let's
go.
And the fist pump.
And yeah. So they went at the end of the game, yeah. And Scott doesn't come there to pat the chest. So they're scratching their head and saying, who's this guy? We want to be. And Scott is more quiet. He just like, thank you guys, I'm gone. And he goes into the press conference and he goes. He doesn't have the charisma to be a Liverpool manager. Liverpool managers are like proper, enthusiastic, want to fight on the touchline. You know, the fan base want to be right up. This is Anfield, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the feeling they have. Now they got this manager. They're unsure. They're unsure because they left Klopp. And remember what we did with Klopp. We
exactly.
Klopp.
And he's up here. He's one of those managers.
We taught them a lesson. So they're always scared of us. They know we're their daddies. We taught them a lesson. We traumatized them. So they're like, we can't say we're title challengers. Or let's just be hooked up with Man City. Let's be friends with Man City fans, so Man City fans can see us as a rival rather than Arsenal. That's what the fans are like. They're telling me, messaging me.
Yeah, they're moving humble.
They see us as a rival than Arsenal. So I'm like, but I'm taking them very seriously. I'll tell you one thing. My mom's always told me this. I grew up in Africa. My mom used to tell me, Hamza, don't be scared of a cobra. Be scared of that snake that you don't know about. I said, why? Okay. She said, the cobra, you know it's dangerous. You ain't going to approach it. it's gonna bite you. I said, yeah, because but that snake that you think that's cute, that's tiny, you don't know about,
Catch you.
that's a dangerous snake. So
Come catch
sloth is a very dangerous snake. Take him very seriously.
Yeah, we got to respect Slot, our
Don't take
Liverpool. Yeah, I'm gonna also say this. I think their fixtures have been very promising, and like the comment mentioned, Mo mentioned, we got to see what their rough patch is. We got to see what Liverpool's rough patch is to see how the fan base deal with it, how the players are able to deal with it. But I think it's gonna be a 3-horse race, but not as late as it was last year. I think Liverpool do fall off, but I think it's still going to be a 3-horse race in terms of who's being talked about a lot, who's in the mix. And the only thing that worries me, guys, is if Slot prioritizes. If he prioritizes and says, you know what, I'm going to play my youngsters, let me see what they have for us in the League Cup, in the FA. And he just focuses like mostly on the league and maybe Champions League, but focuses on the league. That'll have me worried because they do have a good enough squad to go game after game. Only have to worry about losing to us and maybe Arsenal, really. So that's how I'm looking at Liverpool.
The bigger threat though for Liverpool will be. I think when it comes to Champions League, I think that will be their thing. I think even the fans I feel like their fans are they approach that differently. You know, I know that obviously every club might like does Champions League nights, but Liverpool actually they do normally show up. So I have to give them that. I think the Premier League, they'll also respect the Premier League, but I just don't think they've got the depth. You know, Robertson playing every week. You know what I'm saying? Trent's he's now starting for England, so now Trent will be starting more games. It's Van Dijk.
What's their fixtures?
Yeah, real quick, when they come back from international break, so on the 14th, they're going to play at home against Forest. They're playing away at AC Milan. Okay. They're going to be playing at home again, Bournemouth. And they're playing at home again versus West Ham. They travel on the 28th to play Wolves. And their next game is home again in Champions League. I'll just be a second. Continue on. I hear a knock at the door.
Nah, bro, those pictures are easy, man. Come on, that's a joke.
They're easy, man.
That's a joke.
They're laughing. But it goes against them.
Fans are being bare nice and that. These lot are just thinking. These lot are like, oh yeah, you know, they're not worried about anything. Like they're all chilled out. They're not panicking. I don't know, man.
No, they're not panicking because they fixtures. That's why I'm not seeing them panic. Because no wonder the fixtures are easy. When does the fixture become hard? When do they start having? Is it Black November or Black December?
Oh no.
That's when Real Madrid. There's a time when they play Real Madrid.
The Real Madrid is the daddy. That's it. The day that Real Madrid gets involved, when is that day? That's the day I'm putting on my calendar.
I'm gonna wear my Real Madrid top. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah, that one they get smoked when they they know Madrid is their daddy. Madrid don't be smoked.
Now this is what I mean. Like we know that right now, obviously it's easy right now at the start of the season. We've seen Tottenham. So how many times have Tottenham last season? They told us Tottenham were gonna win because they had a good start of the season. Then they got bopped at Wolves away. Then now they're saying no.
Tottenham are not gonna do nothing, bro. They're not gonna do nothing. Tottenham are not that good. I'll be honest.
Come on, big up, man. Big up.
Big up Martin, man.
Big up Martin, man. I'm
gonna ask him some questions.
Make sure you guys follow him.
What's going on with Jamal Musiala and that, man? You know what I mean?
Yo, the good combo the other night.
You wanna hear the good news? You wanna hear the good news?
Oh,
yeah.
They play Madrid and then play 3 days. They play us afterwards.
Who? We talking Liverpool?
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Oh, let me go.
They go Madrid and then us.
It's there.
Yeah, let me put it up real quick. So they go. Actually, let's go before that. So they're gonna play away at Southampton on the 23rd of November. 4 days later, they're gonna play at home versus Real Madrid. 3 days later, 3 days, they're gonna play at home versus us.
Man City. That's the day.
That's the day.
That's the week. That's the week they pray for their lives.
That's
That's
gonna
a
be.
week, man. I'm loving that week. I'm taking that. That's a week.
Oh, you know what? We're gonna take lots of shots going into that week. I'm gonna make sure that we can maybe link up with a few. Again, we're gonna have to link
And
up
then
with a
they
few
got
Liverpool.
Newcastle away, and then they got Everton away.
Yeah,
Look at that.
That's
That's
Yeah.
the pack.
and
That's the
Girona.
patch.
Then they got
That's it.
Girona away as
That-
well.
That's when they'll start panicking.
that's
bro.
a that's the
That's when
patch.
they'll start
That's
panicking.
that's when you start seeing Liverpool fans.
But
Yeah,
what about? Let me ask you guys a question here. Let's say it's obviously too early to speak, but let's say if Arsenal do lose to Tottenham this weekend, they lose to Tottenham, then is the game at City a must-win? Because let's say if we beat them, does that mean that it's over? Does this weekend, this North London derby define the?
You mean the title? Their title
That's me
chase?
for the next
could-
show. Straight. Hey, Veta,
That's
me
the
for
next show topic,
I'm
yeah.
telling you.
Yeah. Gee, that's a good
That's
topic.
shout.
We'll address that next show for sure. After the result of whether it's a win, loss, or a draw, we'll assess on whether they are points wise out of it, because a lot's gonna happen.
I think it might be a bit too early as well, G-Surf.
I think it's too early because we suffered what, 3 losses last season?
Yeah, 3 losses.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so
It is a
one.
bit early.
Yeah,
But I hear what he's saying though, because they've already dropped points. Like, they've dropped points to Brighton. They're looking a bit shaky. So I do hear where G-Certified is coming from. I do understand. I think, if they lose now, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, if they lose, it also depends on how poor they look. Like if they look bad without an Odegaard, without a Rice, if they look like, that's not Arsenal football, then yeah, it's long. Their fan base are gonna lose it. Let me shout out in the chat because I stepped away. Mancini Way, good looking out, Dizzy-ish. She's in the building again. She goes 6 DW into the season.
6-game week.
Game week.
Game
She's saying 6-game week.
He's saying 6-game week.
We'll address it next. I know the guys. We'll address it next show.
Yeah.
He's rattling the people. G-Certified's rattling the peoples, man.
6 game weeks. That's fair. Belly goes, if we're 15 points clear by Feb, the league is done. Ooh.
I actually agree,
Yeah.
I actually agree
15
still.
points
15
by-
points. Think about it.
Even by
They can't win. How many do they have to win? They can't win about
15 points on everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Then it's
Yeah.
done. 100%.
Yeah.
no team has ever recovered from
15
that.
points, definitely.
Yeah, that'd be a madness.
The only
100%.
team that dropped like 12 points or more was Newcastle when they dropped at United, and that's only happened once, and that was 12 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, 50 points is a wrap. And
Yeah,
that's
15's a lot. I think the most we've overcome is 11. I think we overcame 11.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be too much. All right. Let me make sure I keep this nice and clean as well. I want to respect everyone's time. We got about 8 minutes left into the show.
Vader game.
Now, guys, I'll be honest with you. I don't pay attention to Chelsea like that anymore. I used to when we were like when Tuchel was over there and we had to face them in some of these finals. When we had to obviously face them in the Champions League, and after the Champions League, they were on my radar, constant. But since this change of ownership, I'll be honest with you, I'm not paying attention to them. I'm like, I know there's drama over there, but it's not drama where I think they're gonna get things right and they'll be threatening. Even last season, they caused us problems because we had 2 draws, but they were never like it was never worrisome. Damn, Sterling had to show up for those 2 games and made life difficult. But other than that, things were kind of calm. Have you guys been paying attention to this infighting?
I've been watching.
I know G-Certified and Hamza have been in the Chelsea spaces, and I've been joining along.
Yeah.
And they've been. I think these guys will know a lot more. I'll be honest, mate. I've barely been. I'm in the same boat as you, mate. Barely been paying.
I'm like, long let it last. I like disaster. I like chaos.
I'm laid back. They're not a threat. They're a mess. Go ahead.
Go ahead, G. Go ahead.
At the minute, what they're saying is that basically that most of them are even now saying that, oh yeah, we're gonna have to stick with Todd Bowley. You know what I'm saying? Instead, but this is the thing. Chelsea are so divided; they don't even know if they're with their owner or they're out of their owner. This is turning into it's almost turning into, as I said, it's a Glazer situation. It's more than just a Glazer situation or Kroenke. on the pitch, they struggle to finish in the top half of the league.
Yeah.
They struggle to get into European Conference.
Yeah.
This Chelsea team, honestly, if we're being honest, if this is how the way that they're gonna go, the next generation of fans are not gonna support Chelsea. Chelsea will, as a club, that standard, they will be looked at as Tottenham. That's what's gonna happen, because at the minute, you know what I'm saying, they're just staying Conference League.
You know what they're holding on to, G. I keep hearing them holding on to. They've been in finals. We've been in finals. That's the big talk that they've been talking about. So I see it. I see the standards kind of changing. I see them not knowing what their ownership means, not knowing what the future means, and they're holding on to a lot of the past. This business model, it's not making sense to me. I know that they found a lot of loopholes. They're buying young. They're getting long contracts because they can flip it. I get all that. Business side, I get all that. But in terms of hardware, in terms of trophies, in terms of building off of what they said when they had Abramovich, I don't win. That's all they were all about. I don't think that's what they're about now. Professor, you're well connected, right? CIA agent out in the field. You're well connected with.
Yeah, he's the Chelsea guy. He's the Chelsea guy, isn't it?
Are they just waiting and seeing what happens, or are the fans trying to protest? Okay.
Initially, there was obviously there was a camp where they're not happy with his ownership, and many, I'll say 80% were happy, but they were just clutching on straws. Now it's come out when the results are not going well. There's infighting amongst the camp, and Todd Bowley and Iqbali are not agreeing. It's caused exactly what I predicted. I said, listen, when you're investing 1.5 billion, you shouldn't be 8th in that league table. You shouldn't be 6th. You should be like 1 or 2. It's a worst investment in sporting history. I said it from beginning. I said, because I looked at, if I'm an investor and I've given you 1.5 billion, I want to get some return.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, which you told me this is a good big club that's won Champions League. Why have we given 1 billion and why are we struggling 6th?
Yeah.
Why am my best player? Why is my best player a Man City youth product? Why is it that I spend 1 billion and my Man City youth player is the best player in my football club? Why? Because you made the wrong decision. So who gets blamed? Iqbali and Todd Bowley are infighting. Todd Bowley wanted Pochettino to stay. Iqbali wanted him out. These players were signed by Todd Bowley. Some players were signed by Iqbali. Confusion.com. Now, those Chelsea fans who were saying that the ownership got it wrong, they're right. They've been proved to be right. Because they're saying it's a broken, these guys did not know what they were doing. And now it's coming to show, because if Iqbali and Todd Bowley are disagreeing on something, it shows you there's confusion. They don't know what they're doing. One doesn't trust the other one.
Yeah.
One thinks the other
they're fighting for power. They're fighting for power, so they're going to throw the other one under the bus.
So, and guess who's suffering? Chelsea Football Club suffering for that. And because of that, it will take a lot to amend them. Now Chelsea fans are coming from a break. Who did they play before they drew to Palace? They drew to Palace.
Wolves.
They're about to play Bournemouth away. They cannot afford to lose that game. They cannot afford to draw that game. Because now the morale at the football club is like down. Their families are destroyed. Now some are saying I'm team Bowley. One guy is saying I'm team Iqbali.
That's right.
Not even team Chelsea.
So there's a divide in the Chelsea.
There's a divide, bro. There's a divide.
That's crazy.
Some people are telling Iqbali out. Some people are saying Bowley out. Bowley doesn't have enough shares. He has only 10%. Klilnical has 61%. Iqbali has a lot of power.
The way it sounds
Bowley wants the power.
Yeah.
It's madness.
The way it sounds to me, it's obviously you got an investment group that are trying to make profit, and then you got Todd Bowley, who we kind of accuse of being a little bit of a cowboy, who wants the glory, who's trying to do his thing to make Chelsea win, but he doesn't have the football in mind. I think the split is going to be problematic all season long, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I love when London. I love when London have their fights. I like when it's Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. I like when they're all fighting amongst each other. Sorry, G, what were you gonna say?
I was literally gonna say, like what the point you just made is perfect as well. I think that it's going on at the pitch. Like what's going upstairs is now you can see is going on the pitch. A lot of what's happening in the boardroom, probably the disagreements, you can also see it on the pitch. So for me, as Hamza said, how can I give you 1.5 billion in 2 years, and this is what the best you do? This is the best.
Yeah.
You've just won Champions League like literally a year before.
Yeah.
And this we're finishing 8th. And
The spending's wild. The spending
wild.
Let me respect your time, and everybody in the chat. If you haven't hit that like button, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, do so. And also, City fans, please, I'm gonna do my best to be better at this. But if you any of the group chats that you happen to be in, and any of the GCs, just YouTube link, pop it in there. Say, yo, give my man a like, give my man a comment. If you can do that, much appreciated. And if you're watching on the replay, interact as well. I read all the comments. I'm gonna say this before we bounce, and I respect all of your time. I'm gonna put Spurs fixture list on the schedule or on the screen. I want to ask you bluntly, knowing what Arsenal are at, and we talked about the health of Spurs. We talked about Ange and the pressure of what he needs to do, because we know that the London turf wars are real. Those guys would rather have a season where they can brag about not being undefeated or winning twice or whatever it may be, not suffering a loss, not dropping points, however they want to phrase it. You know that they would love a season against each other just to prove that. I'm going to put Spurs schedule up. Pablo, is this a must-win? Is this a must-win for Spurs over Arsenal in this upcoming game?
I think it is. They should take advantage of it because of the midfield that Arsenal are going to have now is very weak. And like I said before, no Declan Rice, who's the backbone of the team. They've got Odegaard, who's out. I think Tottenham need to really just go for it now. I think Tottenham are capable of doing it as well. I don't think they haven't got a bad team. They've got a fully fit squad. So I think it's a must-win for them. If they get a draw, it's okay. I mean, it's not bad.
Is it okay if they get a draw versus this week in Arsenal?
I don't know, man.
You got the title on.
The money, I've got the title. I know. You know what it is with the money they've spent as well. This is what the Spurs fans have been saying as well. They've been saying the money we've spent is crazy. 65 million on Dominic Solanke is nuts. And the money that they've spent, Veta, they're saying we need results.
Yeah, they need results.
And out.
Yeah,
that's what I've been hearing.
I think it's a must-win. G, what do you think?
I agree with that, man. It's a must-win. It's a must-win.
Yeah, it's a must-win.
You know what it is, Pablo? The reason why I say it's a must-win is because this is you're at home to your rival. So that's already one thing. It's a derby. And then not only that,
but the shit.
Right?
Tottenham are awful.
But you know what it is, Pablo? Odegaard is out. Rice is out. Moreno, this guy might not even play.
Oh, that Moreno guy, he's not playing either.
That Moreno guy. So for me, and Arsenal just drew a Brighton before the international break. For me, if they don't win, it just shows the power shift is North London. It shows that it's changed, and it has changed. Arsenal are the bigger team in North London. Yeah, but
that's true.
If you beat a weakened Arsenal, then it just shows that the gap is just too big.
Gee, last say, and now listen, for all of you ops in the chat, thank you for being here. All of you City fans, thank you so much. We're going to work on this with regards to being able to talk about the Uniteds, the Liverpools, the Arsenals, the Chelseas, the Aston Villas, the Newcastles. We'll deal with all of that. Obviously, the Arsenals. But today, we're going to cut it short. But with this last question, I'm going to ask Professor. When you look at things, when you look at the landscape, when you look at what Spurs' new manager and what they're trying to do they have to crash it on Arsenal? Do they have to win at home in their North London derby?
Yeah, they can. Yeah, I think they need to win.
They have to win.
They need to win. Once they must get that win, because that will be absolutely crushing Arsenal's confidence. Like Arsenal going back and Man City winning and Arsenal being 5 points behind, I think that will crush Arsenal's ego. And them saying that we crushed your ego in September, yeah, that is significant. So I need Tottenham, even if they win 1-0 or cross or corner, they need to be very carefully defensively, because Arsenal come there, just park the bus and try and take it very carefully. But Spurs, they got the players, they need to take
They
advantage
have to
and
do it.
revenge for what happened last season.
They have
It
to
must
do it.
happen. They
Yeah.
have to do it. Yeah.
And they have to do it also because they don't want to see Arsenal get any closer to possibly winning the league, right? So
Yeah.
that whole rivalry needs to go down. Now, everybody in the chat, much love and appreciation. My gal Rose with a comment. She goes, "I do hope Spurs win." I'll
Let's hope
be
so.
Yeah, it's gonna be entertaining. For me, that game is at 9 a.m. over here, so I'll be watching that. Obviously, I'll be paying attention to our matches, other rivals as well. We didn't even speak on Manchester City, but again, things are kind of calm right now. We just want everybody healthy. We want everybody back. I didn't like the news with regard to Ake. Hopefully, that's
Yeah.
not too long for him. But other than that, we got Roger to come back. We got Foden to come back. We got a very promising weekend of football. So hopefully we all link up, whether it's Twitter X Spaces, whether it's on YouTube's in the comments. We support each other. Every City Blue in the chat, much appreciated. The agents from G Certified, Pablo and Professor, thank you all for being on the show. Please support them. See the description. See the details in the channel description. And we will catch you next week on CIA, Citeh Intelligent Agendas. Bless everybody.